Focus on yourself, the power of silence. They don't hear your silence now, but one day they'll feel its echo. Let them talk, let them doubt, let them mock, while you disappear into your own world, building the life they swore you'd never touch. Silence is not weakness, it's strategy. It's fuel. When the noise fades and the crowds leave, it's just you facing the mirror. That's when you realize no applause, no validation, no help is coming. And that's your greatest power, because the second you stop begging to be seen and start focusing on who you're becoming, everything changes. The world respects those who don't chase it. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone who isn't building you. Every second spent on someone else's opinion is time stolen from your greatness. Sit in your silence, suffer in private, evolve in shadows, because transformation isn't pretty, it's painful, it's lonely, and it's yours alone. Then you rise, do it without announcing it. Make them feel what you never said. Focus on yourself until the silence speaks louder than words ever could. Silence builds discipline. Every quiet moment is a test of strength. When you remove the noise, the distractions, the endless opinions of others, you are left face to face with your own mind. And that is where true discipline is forged. It's easy to stay motivated when people are watching. It's easy to chase goals when applause is constant and validation flows like water. But what happens when no one's clapping? What happens when it's just you in a dark room with nothing but your thoughts and your habits? That's where the real war begins. That's where character is built or broken. Most people fear silence because it forces them to confront the truth about their weaknesses, the truth about their excuses, the truth about how much time they've wasted hiding behind distractions. But the disciplined man doesn't run from silence. He embraces it. He uses it. He knows that in the quiet, there are no lies. There's only action or inaction. And every moment he chooses to stay focused, to resist the easy path, he's sharpening himself into a weapon. Silence gives you space to hear what really matters. You begin to recognize the fake motivation, the empty noise of people who talk big but live small. While they speak, you move. While they scroll, you train. While they chase attention, you master your craft. And when they look up one day, they'll wonder how you got so far ahead. They won't realize it was the hours you spent in silence, doing the work, choosing discipline over distractions. This kind of discipline doesn't come from being loud or dramatic. It comes from being intentional day after day when nobody's watching. It comes from waking up early, going to bed late, and doing the hard things without anyone needing to push you. In silence, you develop the internal drive that makes you unstoppable. You stop reacting and start controlling. You stop chasing results and start becoming the type of person who demands them. Silence makes you dangerous, not because you're aggressive, but because you're unshakable. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to prove yourself. You just show up every day and handle your business like a warrior. That's what real strength looks like. The man who thrives in silence is the man who cannot be broken, because his power doesn't come from outside praise. It comes from self-control. And once you master that, no one can take it from you. Focusing on yourself is the ultimate revenge. Because while they watch, doubt, and speak, you're becoming someone they can no longer reach. There is nothing louder than growth in silence. Nothing more powerful than becoming unrecognizable to the people who once thought they had you figured out. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to convince anyone. The moment you stop trying to explain yourself and start elevating in silence, the game changes completely. The truth is, most people don't actually want to see you win. They want to see you stay familiar, predictable, safe, beneath them. They'll act supportive, but they secretly hope you never change. That's why focusing on yourself becomes such a threat. Because as you grow, you expose their lack of discipline. Your evolution reminds them of their stagnation. But your job isn't to shrink for their comfort. Your job is to outgrow the versions of yourself you no longer respect. People will misunderstand you. They'll criticize your absence, your silence, your new boundaries. Let them. You owe no one an explanation for choosing peace over noise, growth over gossip, and discipline over distraction. The ones who truly support you won't need constant access to you. They'll respect your distance. They'll admire the transformation, even from afar. Revenge isn't shouting back. It's becoming so focused, so successful, so far removed from the person they tried to control that their words lose all weight. It's waking up earlier, training harder, staying consistent when no one claps for you. It's learning to be your own source of validation. Once you stop seeking approval and begin working relentlessly on your craft, your health, your mind, your glow becomes too bright for them to ignore. And here's the truth. No one can compete with you if you're not in the race. You're in your own lane with your own pace, chasing a future that's built on your terms. You don't have to post about it. You don't need to update everyone. The more you focus on building rather than boasting, the more powerful your growth becomes. They won't hear from you. They'll hear about you. Focusing on yourself means putting energy into habits that serve your future. It means saying no to distractions, no to temporary pleasure, no to people who drain more than they give. It's lonely, but it's worth it because when the results begin to show, they won't come from noise. They'll come from effort, from discipline, from solitude. That's when the silence starts speaking for you. The best version of you is born in the shadows, and when it's ready, it walks into the light with nothing to prove. That's the ultimate revenge, not to destroy others, but to build yourself so powerfully that nothing they do or say can touch you. Focus on yourself. Let your growth do all the talking. The world listens when silence becomes success, not because you begged for attention, but because your results force them to notice. In a world addicted to noise, where everyone is trying to be seen, the rarest and most powerful move is to stay quiet and work relentlessly. While they argue, post, complain, and compare, you disappear. You go ghost. And that's when the transformation begins. In silence, there are no shortcuts. There's no applause to keep you motivated, no handouts, no false comfort. It's just you, your goals, your pain, and your discipline. That's where real greatness is born. People underestimate silence. They think if you're not loud, you're weak. If you're not constantly showing your progress, then you're doing nothing. But the truth is, the most dangerous people in the room are the quiet ones, the ones who move with intent, who don't need to be validated, who let their actions speak louder than any caption or story. You don't win by shouting louder, you win by moving smarter. You win by doing what others talk about. You win by staying consistent in private so that one day your success becomes so undeniable, the same people who ignored you are forced to listen. When success finally shows up, it doesn't ask for permission, it demands attention. And the most poetic part, you won't have to say a word. The same people who doubted you, who gossiped, who laughed while you were silent, will watch you rise and realize they can't touch you anymore. Because your silence wasn't absence, it was preparation. It was wartime focus. It was the grind no one saw, but everyone now respects. Let the world sleep on you while you build. Let them assume you're not moving while you make every quiet step count. Because the longer you go unheard, the more powerful your reintroduction becomes. That's the beauty of staying low until it's time to explode. They won't see the sacrifices. They won't feel the nights you stayed up when everyone else quit, but they will feel the success, and they will respect the silence that got you there. You don't owe the world an explanation during your process. Growth isn't a group project. Not everyone deserves to witness your struggle, but they will witness the outcome. And when they do, your silence becomes the loudest thing in the room. That's when the world listens, not to your words, but to your presence, to your elevation, to the empire you built when no one believed in you. That's when your silence speaks for you. That's when they finally hear what you were too focused to explain, and by then, it's too late to catch up. So let them talk. Let them assume you've fallen off, that you've stopped, that you've lost the fire. Let them misread your silence as weakness. Because when the results hit, when your discipline pays off, when your transformation becomes impossible to ignore, they'll realize the truth. They were never even in the same league. You didn't disappear. You evolved. You didn't get quiet. You got dangerous. And now your silence carries more weight than their loudest screams. That's the power of focus. That's the reward of patience. You chose to grind when it wasn't glamorous. You chose to build when no one was watching. And now you don't have to speak. Your success does it for you. Your presence tells the story. Your energy commands respect. This is the moment they realize they never really knew you. The real you was built in silence, sharpened in solitude, and forged in every moment you kept going when it was easier to quit. So don't chase recognition. Don't beg to be seen. Stay locked in, stay low, and let the outcome be your voice. Because in the end, the world always listens, but only when your silence becomes too loud to ignore.